everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Alicia and I'm a sous chef with a sweet tooth. And is anyone else on keto bummed they can't have donuts anymore? Well, you're in luck because I developed a sour cream glazed donut recipe. So let's get started. Now this recipe wasn't the easiest to create. I actually could not find a single sour cream glaze keto donut recipe that was baked. I might in the future try doing up a fried one. I just did not feel like heating up my kitchen with oil and frying and all that stuff. So this one here I made and is nice and light and airy and is delicious dipped in coffee, which is my favorite way that I used to drink my Tim Hortons coffee and dunk sour cream glazed donut in. This definitely takes care of that craving. The biggest thing with this is that making sure all your ingredients are room temperature, because you're creaming butter and sugar, adding eggs, some homemade buttermilk, and the dry ingredients. So you don't want anything to seize up your butter. So you want room temperature eggs, room temperature milk, and of course room temperature sour cream. And the trick to this, I saw every single sour cream glazed donut recipe had nutmeg in it. And I really don't like nutmeg. It's one of those spices that I almost never use. I happen to have some in my cupboard anyways. I think this is kind of what gives it that flavor that you need. And then I used a different kind of sugar this time. This is an all-purpose stevia blend. And it tastes and smells like sweeter and more like flavorful. It smells almost like it has vanilla in it, but I mean, it might be the natural flavors, which I'm not a huge fan of. It's just organic erythritol and organic stevia leaf extract and the natural flavor. It makes this recipe the right sweetness. And I still add a little bit of vanilla stevia drops to this to make it even more vanilla, more sweet. I start with just 5 tablespoons of softened butter. And I'm gonna beat this until it's a little bit whipped up, and then I'm gonna add in the sugar. Now I whip the sugar and the butter for 4 minutes in a stand mixer, or just 2 minutes with a handheld mixer. A handheld mixer gets in there better. You can control it where it's whipping, where a stand mixer, it just rotates on its own and you gotta just keep scraping down. So I found that this actually whips it up way faster. You want it nice and light and fluffy. It was pretty much pure white. So if you don't have that actual sweetener that I have, I'm sure it'll be fine with the Locanto granular sweetener. I would just add more of a stevia extract and taste it. Make sure your batter is sweet enough if you don't mind raw egg. But once that's nice and fluffy, you are going to add in your room temperature eggs one at a time and whip them in. So I've already went ahead and put my vinegar in my unsweetened cashew milk. You can use cashew or almond, or any milk you'd like if you don't want to do non-dairy. And then I have the vanilla stevia in here and vanilla extract. I'm going to add all this together because you're basically going to be alternating wet and dry ingredients back and forth. All the ingredient amounts are in the description box below for this recipe. Mixing it together a little bit. Then we're gonna start with the dry and end with the dry. So our dry ingredient mix, again, is coconut flour because it's one of my favorites. And to give it a little bit of airiness and like bigger crumb to it, I put in psyllium husk, which I found that out from Flav City, has a bao bun recipe that I made that was amazing. So I wanted to add some of that in there to give it a better texture. But everything else is pretty much stuff that I've used in the past. Xanthan gum, baking soda, baking powder, all that stuff. So that was a third of the dry, about half the wet. And then just the last of the dry. I also sifted and mixed this before I started adding it. So it is a pretty thick batter. It'll get thicker as it sits too, because the psyllium husk takes a minute to thicken it up a little bit. So this donut pan only has 9. This actually makes 12. This one is very good though. The Amazon affiliate link is below in the description box. It does work very well, but you gotta, once you bake the 9, you gotta pop them out, bake 3 more. But the best way to do this part, not spooning this batter because it is really thick, I use a pastry bag. And you can do the cup method where you put it over a cup and fill it. But the way I was taught in culinary school, my teacher, Mr. Scazzaro, actually said if we had any mess on the outside of our bag that we were going to be failed. So we were taught you put it around your hand like this, and you use this hand to hold your bowl, and you scoop your batter into your bag like that. It is harder with like runnier batters, but with a thick batter it works pretty well. And this is such a thick batter, you can actually put this down on the table and it probably wouldn't go anywhere. And then, since it's over your hand still, you lift it up and no mess on the outside. And you take your fingers and you can squeeze it down in there. And you just gather up the top. Give it a little twist. And there you go. You're ready to pipe. Okay, to pipe your donuts, these do rise a tiny bit. So you can make just 9 if you want. I don't think they'll overflow or anything if you fill them up a little bit more. But I have all the macros and everything down below for 12 donuts. So I go around and stop like that. I looked up the nutrition facts on a sour cream glazed donut from Tim Hortons, and it was over double what these are. With the glaze that we're making that has all the butter in it, it's still only 150 so calories, maybe a little more, and 2 grams of net carbs. And the ones at Tim Hortons are 340 calories each and 46 grams of carbs. There you go. Your 9 donuts so far. I got my oven preheated to 350. These take about 18 minutes. So I'm going to do 9, and then I'm going to turn them and do another 9 to make sure that they bake evenly. Okay, the donuts are done. They're still super, super soft. You can test them with a toothpick, make sure they're not doughy in the middle, but you don't want to overbake these because you want them to be nice and fluffy. As soon as they come out of the oven, put them onto a cooling rack and let them cool in there for about 5 minutes before you pop them out. Just flip it out, give them a little push. One guy does not want to come out. There we go. So let these cool, and while they're cooling, we are going to get on to making the glaze. Okay, so while those are cooling, we're going to make the glaze. This part's kind of up to you what you want to do. I made it at first with just 1 tablespoon of butter, confectioner's sugar, some vanilla, and that was it. It didn't harden like a glaze did though. So this is the one that's down in the recipe below. It's 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to melt this in the microwave. Okay, your butter's nice and melted. You're going to add in, it's a 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of Lakanto powdered sugar sweetener, or 45 grams. Just whisk that in. And it's a little thick now, so that's why you should have some room temperature almond or cashew milk, or you can even use heavy cream, but you might need to use a little bit more heavy cream because it's kind of thick. And I have a little bit of vanilla extract in here. Use a spatula to get all that stuff off the side of the bowl. You basically want to make sure you're going to dip your donuts when it's the right consistency. Right now it's a little bit thin, but as it sits, the butter cools and it'll get thicker. It's almost there though. And your donuts should be cool, not warm at all. Otherwise the icing will just run off. And so I baked the donuts on this tray with the silicone, and then I put the baking rack on top of it to catch any of the drips from the glaze that we have. Okay, it's the right consistency. You can see it's kind of making lines as you're whisking. So you gotta work quick here because it does cool. You can try and reheat this. It does kind of get crystallized though. We know how monk fruit sweetener hates to be heated up. So you dip it in like that, put it down. There you have your sour cream glazed donuts. Okay, I'm gonna let these sit for a little while and I'll be back to try them. Okay, so the donuts have dried a little bit. I got my hot cup of coffee because what's a donut without some coffee? Just kidding, I'd eat a donut any time of the day. This is what they turned out like. They're a little bit wet on top. They're still gonna be messy, just like any other donut. You gotta lick your fingers clean, right? They're super fluffy and cake-like, and they are so good in a cup of coffee. Already getting messy. It reminds me exactly like Tim Hortons and their sour cream glazed donuts. And it's so good. It's like soft and spongy when it gets that coffee in it. Gotta have some more. It is so good. Well, I hope you guys like this video. If you do, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye, guys.